Valentine's Day, 13 years ago. Two lovers are slaughtered by a maniac with a hook for a hand. Fast forward to present, and by present I mean 1999. The maniac is back, looking to sink his hook into a group of horny teens, hoping to hook up on Valentine's Day. So let's cut directly to the chase here. Lover's Lane is not a great slasher movie. It is, however, an incredible time capsule of the era in which it was made. I look back on the post-Scream slasher wave, particularly the ones that inundated video store shelves in the late 90s and early 2000s, and I'm filled with a sense of nostalgia and cringe. The late 90s and early 2000s were a great time in my life. They consisted of my last couple of years of high school and my first couple of semesters of college. Among my favorite pastimes were hanging out with my buddies, spending ridiculous amounts of time in the video store, and renting movies like Lover's Lane. I cringe because I look back at the fashion of that era, and I hope I didn't look like that. But I know I did. And I know I said that Lover's Lane is not a great slasher, but it's a fun slasher. And sometimes a fun slasher is all you need. Lover's Lane is a film very much of its time, a potpourri consisting of a touch of Scream, a dash of urban legend, and a hint of I Know What You Did Last Summer. The movie is also clearly inspired by Halloween, having the hook-handed maniac escaping from an asylum on Halloween night. I mean Valentine's Day, so he can relive his gory days. The killer's quarry consists of a group of high school friends who just want to party and maybe get lucky on Valentine's Day. Their hearts won't be the only things broken. Only 3 of the characters in Lover's Lane have any kind of development, and it's pretty scant development at that. But of those 3 characters, 2 have ties to the killer in the past, and 1 has a tie to the killer in the present. We also have the town sheriff and the high school principal out running around trying to locate the kids once it's become obvious that they're on the killer's hook list. But they are predictably useless until the very end. Also, the woman who plays the school principal wears this horrible wig. I couldn't take my eyes off of it whenever she's on screen. And both of them have ties to the killer too. As a matter of fact, there are several characters in this film who are linked to the killer in some form or another. It's a small town. Lover's Lane is a pretty by-the-numbers slasher. It doesn't do anything that we haven't seen done before by countless other slashers, and done considerably better. And there's moments where the story just kind of slogs along aimlessly. The acting is wooden a lot of the time, but most of the dialogue is wooden too. So, all the kills take place off screen too, which I'm sure is a result of the obviously low budget. The movie is underlit during a lot of scenes, most scenes actually, which makes the movie look even cheaper. And the lack of definition on this absolutely ancient DVD doesn't help matters either. Now, I know I've not done a good job of selling Lover's Lane, but despite its flaws, I've always liked the movie, going all the way back to the first time I rented it over 20 years ago. Now, whether or not you like Lover's Lane may depend on whether or not you were around in the late 90s and early 2000s. Again, for me, there's sentimental value associated with this movie, as well as other late 90s, early 2000s slashers like Cherry Falls, Frightmare aka Paranoid, and The Clown at Midnight. There's the aforementioned time capsule effect going on here, and personally, I find some of the more obscure slashers of that era to be quite charming in their own sort of way. You can practically smell the Curve cologne, feel the choker tight against your throat, and how annoying was it when you got the bell-bottoms of your Jinko jeans wet on a rainy day, and it felt like your feet were encased in cinder blocks all day. And you'd be wise not to go near any open flames, considering the amount of hair gel it took to give you that porcupine spiky hair look. Lover's Lane marked the big screen debut of Anna Faris. She plays the new kid in school who wears her cheerleading uniform for the entirety of the movie. There's no big game, and I don't recall any other characters wearing cheerleading uniforms. I guess she's just full of school spirit. Even though she's the new kid in school, which... There are some nice moments in Lover's Lane. For instance, there's a scene in which a character is sitting on a bed, but unbeknownst to them, the killer is under the bed. Slowly out from under the bed, the hook emerges and methodically rises up directly between the character's legs and their day goes from bad to worse. There's also a pretty sadistic moment where the killer toys with an incapacitated victim in a dirty sort of way. Okay, show me where he touched you with his hook. Oy. And as if that weren't bad enough, the killer then stabs the victim in both legs, pinning them to a table before finishing them off. Lover's Lane isn't going to be everybody's cup of tea, but give it a shot this Valentine's Day. You can find this ancient DVD out there for pretty cheap, and who knows, you may even add it to your yearly Valentine's Day horror movie marathon. If you've seen Lover's Lane, please let me know your thoughts on the film down in the comments section below. And while you're down there, let me know what your favorite late 90s, early 2000s straight-to-video slashers are. If you like this video, please leave it a thumbs up and share it on social media. If you're not following me on social media, those links are in the description. As always, thanks so much for watching. I hope you all out there have a great Valentine's Day. Take care, and until next time, peace. Thank you to all my patrons and channel members. I appreciate your generosity and support of my channel. Become a patron today and have a say in what content appears on my channel. Join me for monthly live streams and much more. Become a channel member today and get access to exclusive badges and emotes to use when I stream. Both those links are in the description. Say hello to the internet, Jeremy.
Hello to the internet.